Welcome to our channel. We are Debbie and Eric, and together we are enjoying life's adventures. We currently work full-time, looking forward to an early retirement. In the meantime, we make sure to take the time to play, whether that is staying close by on our boat or taking mini vacations in the travel trailer. So come along with us as we enjoy life's adventures.
Well, we're back from the UP, just sitting here on the new sailboat and watching the sun come up and having a cup of coffee. Let me show you around. And there's the water right there. We're on the hard though, but the water's calling me. It's right there. Well, I'm trying to work on the engines here and see where everything leads and what's going on. Here's the engine. It's a Perkins diesel 401. So right now she's been sitting for so long that I want to clean the lines before I even try to crank her over. She has an old battery that's been sitting here for years. Looks like I needed to top it off with some water. So currently I'm setting it up. Topped it off with some water to see if I can revive the thing. All I need to do is use it to crank over. If not, I got another battery, another older battery in the car that I can use to try to crank her over after I get everything, all the fuel polished and make sure everything's good. I got to clean out the Raycor diesel filter and try to get when we had the survey done, the fuel pump wasn't working, so I'm going to test that again here after I clean out some of the Raycor fuel. Then I want to do the inspection plates on the gas tanks, and I want to scope those to see how much gas is in here and what kind of algae is in the tanks. Right now I'm charging the battery. I got it hooked up to my battery charger. We'll see if we can get it to come back, but currently the battery charger shows 1%. Showed 0, so it was totally shot. So here I am. I'm working on the 2 fuel tanks in the boat. I have 30 gallons on each side underneath the settee. I know one of the fuel tanks has been leaking. The previous owner told me this is where I said I'm hoping it's the line and not the tank itself. So there's an inspection port on the tanks. So I unscrewed the nuts on the tank to take a look inside the tanks. And let me show you what I got here. So this is the tank that we believe is leaking. So I noticed when I came in here that the valve is turned off, and so the gas is shut off. If I open up the check in the inspection port, or whatever this may be, I look down there and I see no liquid. So I'm assuming this tank is empty. I'll leave that off right now. Show you the other tank. So when I come over to the other tank and unscrew the inspection port, I see liquid. So that tells me, I don't know if you can see it in there, this tank is full and it's on. So the previous owner must have filled up the tanks and on the way up, the trip back up, he said he believed that one of the tanks developed a leak. They shipped it up from the Bahamas, or from Florida, up to Michigan on a truck. And when it got up here, the bilge was full of diesel fuel. So I'm assuming 30 gallons of diesel fuel on this side leaked out into the bilge. So now the question is it the tank? Is it a line? Where did it leak? So I'm looking at this and I do see a line that's chafed. I don't know if it's leaking from there, but the valve is turned off. This is empty. So what I'm going to do is I got my laptop here and I'm going to hook up a micro camera and I'm going to scope down into the tank and see if I can see where there's possibly leaks or corrosion in the tank. Hopefully I can see that. So I'll show you on the laptop. Alright, so you're seeing my laptop screen and inspection ports right there. And what we're looking at is a microscopic camera. It's got a little LED on the front. You can adjust brightness, but we're going to put this down the diesel tank. Hopefully we can see in there. Right now I can already tell you it does not look that great. Nope. Hey guys, when I bought this boat, one of the things that I knew was going to be an issue, and I'm just digging into it, was one of the chain plates. Most of them were leaking water into the pockets of the chain plate. So the chain plate's not on the outside, it's not on the inside, it's sandwiched in the fiberglass on the Irwin. So it was a good design and a bad design. It added for extra strength, but it seems like if you got water in there, water will corrode stainless steel if there's no oxygen with it. So what winds up happening is the caps that go over your tow rail over the chain plate on your tow rail, if they're not rebedded, they tend to leak, and then water gets into the chain plate areas, into the pockets. So it appears that's what happened here with this boat. So I'm looking at different ways that I can possibly fix this issue. The surveyor said they were intolerance. He wasn't super concerned, but he said you probably want to address it, take a look at it. So one of the reasons why I knew that was in the forward locker of the forward stateroom locker. When I opened up the hanging locker, there was water dripping down on some of the foam. I guess the foam's there to keep moisture out of the locker for condensation purposes. But when I opened this up, I took a look and the foam was wet. So, and I could visibly see that it was wet where the chain plates were. So I started pulling it off. I wish I would have taken a couple pictures before I started pulling it off. Most of the black here, though, that you're going to see is not mold. It's the glue that they used on the backing of it. So I started ripping off all of this foam, which is down here, chunks of foam, where it was loose, where the moisture had made it loose. So I started looking, and right here, I don't know if you can see that, right there, I can visibly see moisture, and that looks like where the chain plate wire may have been. So I'm going to drill a small tiny hole into that and see if I can't drain that chain plate. Hopefully I don't go through the side of the boat, but I'm going to try to pop a small tiny hole in there. Alright. So I drilled 2 weep holes. I think I gotta go bigger. I'm starting to see a little bit come out. Let me get a bigger drill bit. Irwin did not make weep holes on these. That way if water did get in there, it would just drain. Like I said, you want it on the inside. It's a design flaw. Alright, we're going to give that a while. So I'm sitting inside the enclosure, having a cup of coffee, watching lightning. So we'll watch this storm roll in. Looks like a pretty good storm. Just amazes me what this planet can do, what the Earth can do, what severe weather can do. Sneak up on you in 2 minutes. But this came on pretty quick. 1 minute we were out relaxing, sitting on the sun deck and drinking coffee and watching the sun go down. And the next minute, this killer part is with the Great Lakes. It's not like the ocean. Something like this comes on the ocean. From my understanding, I haven't been there yet, but my understanding is swells are far apart. In the Great Lakes, the swells are like within a foot. This kind of weather, you don't want to be caught out in the Great Lakes. So you could have a 6-foot wave, and a 6-foot wave could be within 2 feet of each other. Where on the ocean, it may be 12 feet. I mean, it's almost vertical up, vertical down. Where on the ocean, you know, if it's spanned over 20 feet, 30 feet, 6-foot wave isn't that big. Here in the Great Lakes, it's big. There's a saying, if you can sail in the Great Lakes, you can sail anywhere in the world. And that's due to this kind of weather. Sneaks up, boom, in a blink of an eye. Great Lakes can get really rough really quick. Sneak up on you like in seconds. If you're not paying attention, you can be caught out of this. It wouldn't be good. Fun stuff though. This is what an adventure is about. So I was going to do the teak rails today on the outside. I held off, knowing that there was a chance of rain today. Glad I held off. Surprisingly, even without doing the canvas and waterproofing the canvas, it's actually pretty dry in here. There's a couple spots that are dripping, but not bad. actually pretty impressed. 6 years and never been sprayed. I gotta say, it's holding up pretty good. Especially for the weather that we have right now. Weather that we have right now, I would expect this cockpit to be drenched. And it's not. Can't wait. Can't wait to enjoy the sailing adventure. Get this thing fixed up and ready to go. She's not going to take much. We shrink wrap it down here at Cerns and get it done, and then maybe next year bring it up. It's kind of late in the season. There's still some work to do to her. So I might keep her here for the season and then bring her up. Get the canopy taken care of, get these minor leaks fixed. I love the boat though. Few issues, but nothing major yet. No major hurdles, and I'm gonna be happy. Especially when I'm in the BVIs. Once I'm in the BVIs, I'm gonna say, was it worth it? I think it will. At least I know the Irwin 38 take the lightning storm on the hard. As I say that, lightning struck right next to the boat.